I guessed up the name. You guessed up the name.
You guessed up the name.
Gosh. What's up, guys? Eden here. Today I am with... Hi! We have Miss Alex over at Alex Campbell here on YouTube, and then we have Miss Kierstin, who's not on YouTube, but I'm cool, so I get to be here. Yeah. Today we are doing the Guess the Book Plot Challenge, which I saw over on Christine's channel at Polo Bananas Books. These two have not read a lot of the books that I have, so I'm gonna make them guess. And whoever is closest, or whoever's description I like the best, is who gets the point. You don't get to read any of the descriptions, but you can look at the beautiful cover.
I have no creativity whatsoever, so
I'm preparing to lose.
It's okay.
Me too.
I think you'll do great. Book one. This is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. Just look at it, stare at it for 3 seconds, connect with it. Because you're going first, dude.
I'm going first. Since when? I think it's about Anna getting a French kiss.
Tongue and
Very
everything.
Tongue and everything.
Okay.
I don't know how you would have gotten that idea.
I know, right?
I don't know.
Okay, so I think it's about this chick named Anna, and she has a midlife crisis, so she has to go to France, and then she meets this guy, and then they get it on, and then they fall in love and everything, and then, I don't know, all kinds of stuff happens, and then she's like, I'm in love, but I have to go home, so life sucks, and then everything turns out okay.
True. Yeah. Okay. There's a girl named Anna.
That's
got
sweet.
that right?
Sweet.
Good job.
Hey,
She
hey.
goes to this school in Paris, and she meets this guy, Etienne. She likes him, and that's when all the complications come. He is dating another girl, and then her roommate has a crush on him.
Oh gosh.
In the end, they do get together, but there is no French kissing, actually.
Oh wow! I have been lied to.
So I'm gonna give the point to Kierstin. We have book number 2, The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black. Because Alex went first last time, Kierstin goes first this time.
Thank you. So, I think this chick, or whoever that is, she's like, I think she's dead, and that's why she's so cold, and she's probably a really big jerk. That's probably why she's also cold, because, you know, she's dead, so that's probably really depressing. And I don't know, maybe she's like trying to figure out how to get alive again or something, or like she's being a ghost everywhere and stuff, and she might like fall in love or whatever, and then like be with this guy, and then want to be alive and love him or something.
This girl, obviously, it's a woman. Right? That's the coldest girl. She is the only one alive in a town full of all dead people, so it's called Cold Town. So all of their hearts are cold, and it's kind of like Anna. Like she gets hit in the heart, so then her heart turns cold, and then she becomes the coldest girl in Cold Town.
So this book is actually about a vampire infestation. And in cities, they have these certain cut-off areas called cold towns where the vampires have to live. And the main character ventures into one in order to save, I think it was her sister. And so yeah, the whole thing is her adventure, and there is romance there. But I'm gonna have to give it to Alex.
I'm so proud.
Book number 3.
Oh no.
The Diviners by Leva Bray. I have talked so much about this book, so if neither of you have heard it, then you just don't listen to me. Miss Alex goes first.
It was obviously set back in the old days, but let's see. I think it's about this girl who moves to this town, and everybody in the town is called the Diviners. It's so like posh and like so divine, and so her journey trying to become as divine as everybody else in the town so she can fit in.
I think it's kind of like The Host, where like it's kind of like a whole new race of people, and like they're the diviners or whatever. They're like demons and stuff, and it's kind of like Old Town because there's like a little carriage right there, and so like I don't know, they're like fighting demons and stuff, and there are these certain people that are the diviners. They've got like powers and everything, and they're all cool. So they're just like defeating bad people.
Okay, so this is set in the 1920s. It is old times. You both got that right. It's about Evie O'Neill, who suddenly discovers that she has a party trick. She can take anybody's possessions and hold them in her hand and see the past of where that item has been.
Oh, that's so cool.
And she uses her abilities to try and solve a string of murders that have been going on in her town. And there is some dark ghosts behind it. So, yeah, gonna have to give that one to Kierstin.
Good job.
Book number 4. This is The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken.
That's some kind of devil sign because it looks like a pitchfork. So I'm gonna say that there are all these people, and there are like some people with like really dark minds. So
Oh wow.
right, so original.
You beat
And
me
they're
to it.
like going around like killing people and stuff because they worship the devil or whatever, and they're like taking the orders from the devil. And so they're all like rude, and there are some people that are like, no, that can't happen. So they set off to try to destroy these people.
Well, I have absolutely no clue. I think yours was a pretty good description. Kind of looks glittery, so I'm gonna go the opposite. It's not demons, they're angels.
Okay.
And they just are trying to take all the dark people in the world who have sin and turn them to not have sin. Which is
actually not
basically
bad.
impossible,
True.
but they're trying their hardest.
First of all, I can tell you that neither of you were correct.
Dang it!
This
I
book
figured.
is about this sudden outbreak of disease that broke out across the country. It affects all of these young kids, and those who don't die develop abilities.
Okay.
And those who develop abilities are hated, and people fear them, and so they're put into these like concentration camps, and they separate them out and use them. This is about Ruby, who is one of the stronger ones, who lied her way into not being killed because they start to kill the stronger ones because, you know, they get to the point where they're uncontrollable. So she hides among them.
I think I should get the point. I share a name with her. Just saying.
I mean, technically they were considered like demons, so I guess we'll get that. We have book 5, which is Love Letters to the Dead by, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I'm thinking it's Ava Delera? I don't know.
I think I have this one down. I think I've read a fanfiction that's like this. So this girl just moved into a new house and everybody says it's haunted. She thought that they were all lying, but they weren't. It is haunted. There's like this really cute like ghost. And like the only way that they can communicate is through letters with like this special paper that was like already in the house. And they write love letters to each other, so it's love letters to the dead.
I think this chick, I don't know if it's a new house or whatever, but, you know, she's just in there, and she just one day figures out that she can speak to dead people, or I guess, like, communicate with dead people, and, like, one day she just finds a letter on her desk, and she's like, whoa, who's this from? But then she realizes that it's, like, someone dead, and so she starts writing them and stuff, and she starts to learn more about dead people, and she's like, whoa, I have this cool talent, or whatever, I can talk to dead people.
Again, both of you are very wrong.
Awesome.
This book, she was mentored by the guy who wrote Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Okay.
And this book is essentially the same thing, except the characters are different. What happens is, this girl Laurel, she starts writing letters to dead people. It was a school assignment. And she's just trying to communicate her story, but she can't do it to real people because she has some type of anxiety. But she, you know, talks about her sister who killed herself or fell off a bridge. I don't think that she even, like, sent a letter to her sister, even though her sister was one of the dead people. She was just, like, contacting Kurt Cobain, Jude Garland.
You're not famous enough for this.
Wow.
Kierstin.
Nope, I think that one should go to Alex.
See, but she was like one person directly with special paper, but you actually said, oh, I can communicate with dead people. Even though, you know, they're not going to respond, She communicates with dead people. I'm not meaning to like dish you or
No,
anything, but I give that to
You
Kierstin. This is Branded by Abby Kettner and Missy Kalikiki.
So I see this mark on her neck, so I'm thinking that's the brand they're talking about. So like she was branded by something, and that's like what defines her as being branded, and so like that makes her do certain things, and like other people have a certain like hold over her. So I don't know, she like has to do something specific, and it's like about her trying to get rid of it, but she can't, so she has to learn to live with it.
That sounds exactly what that would be. Like, if that's wrong, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Well, it says a sinner series.
You're not allowed to read, Alex.
So,
You can read the title.
well, it's on the front. I believe she's a sinner. I think we're all sinners, but she more so. This is the devil mark.
Oh, great.
She got marked by the devil, and like she wants everybody to think she's special because this actually is just paint. Like she wasn't actually branded by the devil. It's actually all a lie, but she wanted to be special, so she paints this stupid mark on because this looks totally fake. So yeah, and I'm gonna say her name is like Jessica or something. She looks like a Jessica.
Okay.
Half of her answer is correct and half of your answer is correct.
Hey.
This is about a dystopian world in which all of the 7 deadly sins are branded. Everyone who has had any, like, you know, lust, gluttony, any of that, they are branded for their specific sin. And Miss Lexi here,
Jessica.
she was branded for lust, even though she was framed for something that she didn't do. And so she gets taken to the hole, which is this prison where all the sinners go. And her her whole goal is to try and either survive or clear her name and get out of there. But, you know, that's not exactly easy to do when you're in a pit of sinners.
True.
And then she meets Cole. There is a devil involved, technically speaking. Can't go into that because spoilers. But there is a commander who rules over all of the sinners. So basically the devil. But just because there is no justice system anymore, really. And he just kind of throws whoever in there that he likes. So I'm gonna give that point to Alex.
Sorry, I couldn't figure out how to do 7.
This is Cinder by Marissa Meyer.
I think that this is a Cinderella mixed with like Mosley kind of thing. But now that I'm looking at it, she's actually a robot. Cinderella isn't real. The stepmother made her because she needed somebody to boss around. So she made a robot and named her Cinderella. But this is Cinder, this is her life. She's a robot. And it's basically the Cinderella story, except Cinderella is a robot.
So I think I heard something about this being about vampires. I don't know. I could be really, really wrong. That was probably a different book entirely. But she looks really white here. So, like, she's probably this, like, trans thing where she's half vampire, half robot. And she thinks she's really sexy, so she wears these when she goes to hell to meet the devil or something. Cinder, it's like talking about her ashes.
Yeah, very
both
interesting
wrong.
responses. Cinder is another girl like Miss Lexi from Branded in a in a dystopian society. And in this dystopian society, technology is a big thing. And Cinder was in an accident when she was young that caused her to be turned into a cyborg. She's trying to find out her backstory because she does have an evil stepmother. She has 2 sisters and one of them's evil, but one of them's not. And there's this outbreak of this disease, and the good sister, the sister that she likes, catches the disease. And it's fatal. There's no cure for it. But they use cyborgs to test to try and find it. Her stepmother originally volunteered her, but when her sister got sick, she was just like, no, I'm going in there, you're going to test me, you're going to get that serum, and you're going to heal my sister. And then a lot of things start to happen because they try and give her the disease, and it doesn't work. And so they find out things about her that unveil this past that was hidden from her. You said vampires, I'm giving it to Alex.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We have Buck hate. This is Control by Lydia Kang.
It's got like a beaker and testing tubes. So I think they like have this serum that they put in everyone to control them, like control their minds. Kind of like in Divergent, how they put like the serum in everyone to try to get them to do what they want. And it's about people realizing what's going on, and there are people kind of like the Divergents, and they're like, no, this doesn't work on me, and I need to try to help everyone else. This is like their whole society, and like, I don't know, they're being controlled, and like it says there are no accidents, so like something happens, like something accidentally happens, and they end up like making a super person. So they're like trying to figure out what happens, while this cool person is like trying to stop them.
There actually was an accident, but they tried to play it off like it wasn't, like, because everybody thinks there's no accidents. And so then the accident caused them to all become like the same, and it's kind of like a society where everybody like does the same thing every day. Like, everybody wakes up at the same time, everybody eats the same meal every day, like the whole city does. So then this one person like is trying to figure out the accident that happened. So yeah, this one kid is all just like, I'm gonna stop taking it, see if I can make the accident happen again. And so yeah, he loses control.
It is a girl, not a guy.
Okay.
This is Zelia. In the beginning of the book, her father and her sister are running away. It's a futuristic society. And so they have these little pods that are just like going down the street. They're automatic. They're not manual. And they have these tracks that they're supposed to follow. Their pod goes off the street and there's a car accident. The dad dies. That's not a spoiler. It happens in like the first 2 chapters. Anyways, her and her sister are sent to this like adoption agency. And they're kept there for a couple days when her sister is taken, and then Zelia has to go and try and find her. Zelia finds out that she is basically a reject in their society. She goes to this place where it's a home for people that are like her, because she has something that's different about her that, you know, that's spoilers, so I can't tell you that. There's a girl with green skin, there's a guy whose skin can regenerate and he tattoos himself differently every day. There's someone with 2 heads. And she gets tangled into this world that she didn't know existed and didn't realize she was a part of. The people who are different and are like her, there's a group of them that are bad, and they use whatever's different about them to make these little like stuff to sell on the market. So like, if the 2-headed guy, he has this thing where one of his heads can sleep and the other one can stay awake. And so long as that other one sleeps, he could stay awake all the time. So it's kind of like an energy drink. I think I'm gonna have to give that to Alex, because
I'm very proud of herself.
she took the there are no accidents thing, and that kind of did happen. She tries to find out why that accident happened, because, you know, it wasn't supposed to happen. Book 9. This is Frozen by Melissa De La Cruz and Michael Johnston.
So I could just take the easy route and make it just like the movie Frozen, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm a bit more creative than that. So this girl was frozen in like this iceberg. She was frozen and she gets like unfrozen of like tons of years later, and now she has to adapt to the world that woke up in.
So Captain America.
The O, it has a dragon, so I'm thinking this is her, and then that's kind of like everyone else. She has fire powers, but she's the last of her kind, and so
the Avatar?
she's like here, but like everyone else is like ice or water or whatever, and so she kind of like what she said, she has to adapt to like what's going on around her, and like she's melting everything, and so
it's a reverse Elsa.
Exactly.
This book is actually about Miss Natasha Kestrel. She's a blackjack dealer in New Vegas, which is this center of a frozen world. Global warming, whatever. It left the whole world shrouded in ice, basically. There's snow everywhere. Seas are frozen or really dangerous to traverse, and it's just not a pretty world to be in. And Natasha is one of many who are different and belong to this different world, and people don't like them, and they're hunted, and they're not allowed to even like step foot into New Vegas. There's this land out there for people like her where she can be safe, called the Blue, and she has to find someone who will take her there, but the journey across the sea is, dangerous, and so not a lot of people are willing. And then she finds Wes.
Oh, of course.
He takes her across the land, gets her out of the land, and then takes her across the sea. And, they might find the Blue, they might not, but they experience a lot of troubles along the way.
But
And,
she knows
the dragon definitely has something to do with this, but, I can't tell you what, because that's literally at the end of the book.
Literally the only thing I knew about this book was that the author wrote the Descendants book, so.
Captain America versus Avatar. Avatar wins.
Sweet.
I hate that so much.
This is the last book. It is Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I love you.
So there are trees coming from her eyes. Awesome. So there's this girl. It's always a girl. She's different, like, from everyone else. Her life is shattered because of it. And so she's, like, trying to figure everything out for herself. And, like, no one likes her because she's different. She's got these, like, intense eyes that, like, she can grow things with her eyes. And so, like, everyone thinks she's horrible because of it, and then there's this one guy that sees her for who she is. And then he takes her somewhere, and then, I don't know, they like fall in love and stuff, and like, and then he's taken away from her and killed, and so that's what completely shatters her, and she goes nuts on the whole town. Life is gone, and she just kills everyone.
There's one girl, and she's different because she has like magic powers, obviously. Obviously, how else could she be different? She's the only female. Oh, now I got it! She's the only female in the whole city. So she's pretty different. And she, her powers, she's kind of like the Avatar, where she can like bend like water and stuff. And she can like make waterfalls and like put water on plants and stuff, Avatar stuff. And so she is in this town and she's like completely different because she's the only girl and she's the only one that has powers, and like she can like summon birds and stuff. She like ends up getting hunted now. She's like going to hiding because they figured out that like her power is actually like super valuable.
Let me read you the little thing I told you not to read.
Okay.
It's my touch is lethal. Crossed out, my touch is power.
Oh.
This is about Juliet, and in the beginning of the book, she's locked in a mental hospital
Oh.
because she has a power that whatever she touches dies. This group finds out about her, and they try and use her power as a weapon because her dystopian city is like in chaos, and there's war going on all over the place, and so they think that if they have a weapon that can kill everybody just by touching them, then, they wouldn't have a problem with rebellion or anything like that. Julia just wants to be free, but she meets someone who can withstand her touch. And
Oh, okay.
that's a dude, in case you
Okay,
couldn't guess.
yeah.
You both kind of like laughed. But the response that I liked the most was Alex's.
Yeah.
So, right now, they both have 5 books. I don't have any more books with me. I am not at my house, I am not in front of my bookshelf. I just thought of one that I read for school. The 11th book, the tiebreaker book, is The Scarlet Pimpernel by Baroness Emeska Orczy. I'll throw the picture of it up on the screen right now.
So Scarlet isn't it, gender neutral human being. But Scarlet is a farmer, and it likes to plant the book. And all of a sudden, like, this outbreak starts, and the plant gets infected. Well, then when he harvests the plants, he gets infected. Well, it gets infected. And it dies. That's the end of the book. The last line is, it died.
So I'm guessing it's like the French Revolution, and there's this chick, and she's got like a red pimpernel. No, there's this guy that she's in love with, and he's gonna get his head chopped off. This pimpernel can save him. So once again, Tangled. Exactly. She gardens it for a while. Like, this guy is on trial or whatever. So like, he's in jail, but she finds a way to like get him this pimpernel. So he eats it, and then he's able to like escape the guillotine while there's like all kinds of war going on. So, but then like he's taken and needed for war, and then he dies, and she's heartbroken, and that's how it ends.
You both are so far off that it's hilarious.
Yes. Yeah.
I actually really love this book. I did a whole review on it, so if you want to check that out, I will put the link in the description below. It is considered the first book about a masked hero. And it is set in the French Revolution. Lots of people are dying, innocent people are going to the guillotine, and so somebody steps up to try and get rid of the injustice. This somebody that steps up to cure the injustice is the Scarlet Pimpernel. And nobody knows if it's a he or a she, so that's where the it comes in, I guess. It is a he though. He goes around, and it's actually a guy for once, but he goes around and he saves refugees, people who are destined to be going to the guillotine. He is married though, and in the end he does end up recovering his marriage. Kierstin won, so...
Did I seriously?
Yeah,
Yes!
because you said French Revolution.
I'm just gonna go because I lost. Have fun. I'm gonna go.
I'll leave Kierstin's links in the description below. This is Alex's iPod. This is representative of her, and so I'll put all of Alex's links in the description below too. They've both left me, so I guess now is my time to shine. That's all for today, guys. Keep calm and read on. See you next time.
The moves on speed.
What?
It's upside down.
Look at number 2.
No, it's not.
No, it's not! Good job, good job. We're supposed to be filming a video.
No,
right?
we're playing. Real quick. I've never
Basically.
seen Captain America, so.
I just realized you have military time, and I'm like, what? It's 14:12? Shake hands.
She can't.
I know.
Yeah, I can't.
We can high five.
But you can use this hand.
True.
That's awkward.
That's
though.
really weird.
This will be the thumbnail. Hold it up. It'll be the thumbnail. Okay.
I remember sitting in Sunday school, and you were talking about chopping people's heads off. And it was great.